Have you ever wondered where the salt in your kitchen comes from? How does this humble, yet crucial, culinary ingredient make its way from the depths of the earth to your dinner table? The journey of salt is a fascinating one indeed, and it begins with the extraction process. There are three primary methods of salt extraction: rock salt mining, solution mining, and solar evaporation. Each method produces a unique type of salt suitable for a particular set of applications. Imagine deep inside the earth where ancient seas dried up, leaving deposits of salt. Here's where rock salt mining comes in. Workers descend into the heart of the earth using controlled explosions to dislodge the salt. This raw, mineral-rich salt then undergoes crushing, screening, and packaging before it's ready for distribution. In contrast, solution mining involves injecting water into salt deposits underground. This creates a brine that gets pumped to the surface, where it's evaporated to leave behind pure salt crystals. This method is especially effective in regions where rock salt mining isn't feasible. Lastly, we have solar evaporation, a method that harnesses the power of the sun and wind. In regions where the rate of evaporation exceeds the rate of rainfall, like coastal areas or salt lakes, seawater or natural brine fills shallow ponds and slowly evaporates under the sun's heat. Over time, this process leaves behind salt crystals, which are then harvested and refined. Regardless of the extraction method, the harvested salt usually undergoes a refining process. This involves washing the salt, removing impurities, and sometimes adding certain additives to prevent clumping. The result is the pure white salt that we're familiar with. So, to summarize, the journey of salt from earth to kitchen involves extraction, either through rock salt mining, solution mining, or solar evaporation. This is followed by refining the harvested salt to remove impurities and ensure its purity. The next time you sprinkle salt onto your food, remember the journey it's taken to reach you. Before we take a deep dive into the different extraction methods, it's essential to understand what salt is. Salt, also known as sodium chloride, has the chemical formula NaCl. This humble substance that seasons our food and keeps our bodies functioning is composed of two elements, sodium and chloride. Sodium makes up about 40% of the compound, while the remaining 60% is chloride. These two elements come together to form the white, crystalline substance we're all familiar with. It's fascinating to think that such a simple compound plays such a critical role in our lives, isn't it? Now that we've got a better understanding of what salt is, let's explore how it's extracted from the earth. Stay with us as we descend into the depths of rock salt mining next. Let's start with rock salt mining, a method that takes us deep into the heart of the earth. This process begins with controlled explosions, which are carefully planned and executed to dislodge the ancient salt deposits left behind by dried-up seas. This is not a task for the faint-hearted. Imagine miners descending into the earth, bracing themselves against the vibrations of the explosions, all in the pursuit of salt. Once the salt is dislodged, it's collected and brought to the surface. But the journey doesn't end there. This raw, mineral-rich salt then undergoes a series of processing steps. It's crushed into smaller pieces, screened to remove any unwanted debris, and finally, packaged into bags, ready for distribution. And that's how rock salt mining works. A fascinating blend of geology, engineering, and human perseverance, all to bring that humble sprinkle of salt to your dinner table. Now let's shift our focus to another fascinating method of salt extraction: solution mining. Unlike rock salt mining, solution mining doesn't involve any explosions or descending into the earth. Instead, it harnesses the power of water. Water is injected into the salt deposits, dissolving the salt to form a saturated solution or brine. This brine is then brought to the surface, where it's subjected to a process of evaporation. As the water evaporates, what's left behind are pure, sparkling salt crystals ready to be harvested. These crystals are then collected, processed, and prepared for use, just like the rock salt we discussed earlier. So, that's solution mining, a clever combination of chemistry and engineering, transforming an age-old ingredient into a product that's ready for your kitchen. Now, isn't that incredible? Finally, let's look at another intriguing method of salt extraction: solar evaporation. This method is as old as civilization itself, and yet it's just as effective today. Here's how it works. Salt water is left in large, shallow ponds and exposed to the sun. As the sun's heat beats down on these ponds, the water slowly starts to evaporate. Over time, this evaporation process leaves behind a thick crust of salt. This salt, a gift from the sun and sea, is then collected. It's a delicate task, requiring a careful balance between allowing the water to evaporate fully, but not letting the salt get too hard to harvest. Once collected, the salt is processed and refined, ready to add flavor to your favorite dishes. So that's solar evaporation, a testament to the power of the sun, the sea, and human ingenuity, working together to create an everyday essential. Now, on to the next part of our journey, the intriguing journey of salt. Isn't it amazing how something as simple as salt can have such a complex and fascinating story? So there you have it, the intriguing journey of salt, from ancient seabeds and oceans to your kitchen table. It's a story of geology, chemistry, and human ingenuity, all converging to produce this essential ingredient. It's a testament to the extraordinary lengths we go to in order to harness the simple yet profound taste of salt. Voiceover. Now that we've learned about the intriguing journey of salt, it's time to explore where this journey begins on a global scale. You may be surprised to learn that salt production isn't confined to any one region or climate. In fact, it's a truly global industry. China, for instance, is the world's largest producer of salt. With its vast coastlines and numerous salt pans, it's well equipped to meet the world's salt needs. The United States and India, too, produce significant amounts of salt, with the former relying heavily on solution mining and the latter using age-old solar evaporation techniques. But the list doesn't stop there. Germany, with its rich rock salt deposits, Canada, with its large salt mines, and Australia, with its solar salt operations, are all key players in the global salt market. So, the next time you sprinkle salt on your food, take a moment to appreciate its global journey. From the depths of an ancient seabed in China, through the vast salt mines of North America, to the sunny salt pans of Australia, this humble ingredient has truly traversed the globe to reach your table. It's a testament not just to nature's bounty, but also to human ingenuity and the interconnectedness of our world.